Hey y'all, it's Dr. Tiffany. I hope you're doing well. This is your COVID update for February 22nd, 2024. So basically, these are the gross trends nationally above, like test positivity is treading water, down 0.6%. Emergency department visits fell a decent bit, 5.3%. And so did COVID-19 deaths, 6.9%. This is heading off the big peak that we had in January. And trend in hospital admissions, it's kind of treading water and going up a little bit, 0.8%. So specifics about what's happening around the country, here's your green map. And if you notice, there is a lot less yellow and orange than there was about 2 or 3 weeks ago whenever I did my last COVID update. Really, there's some pockets still going strong in Texas and the Arklatex area, and in southern Louisiana and Mississippi and central Florida, the western parts of the mid-Atlantic states, and New York, and also in the upper plains states right there. But compared to before, coming off the peak, it is much better right now. However, like I said, place in Texas is actually experiencing some pretty severe COVID waves right now. So it's not all roses everywhere. And the change in percentage of hospital admissions, like where is this trending up or down, paints a little bit more of an ominous story. If you look, this is the map from 3 weeks ago where things were decidedly on the downslope. You could see that the green far outnumbers the orange. Now you could see the yellows and oranges have become resurgent across most of the country. It's still, once again, Texas and the Arklatex area is burning really bright, but so is quite a bit of the rest of the central third of the U.S. And there's a lot of yellow on the eastern seaboard as well, too, especially Florida and New York and that pocket in the mid-Atlantic states. And the Intermountains west is getting in on the action as well. So what we're seeing here is we're past the downslope from the surge, and now we're going back to status neutral or rising for our secondary surge later in the winter, which I think that will happen to some degree. This is a couple of maps a couple of the graphs I don't normally show, but I wanted to illustrate things. This is our COVID hospital admissions, okay? And you notice this is the entire pandemic here, pretty much. That's the Omicron wave, that's last winter, and here's the peak we just had. If you see, the area where we're at right now we're not in a lull, okay? We're just not in a peak. We're in a kind of something that's equivalent to about that or right there between winter peaks. And all of these winters, all of them had a double peak, okay? I want to point that out right there because there's nothing that's going to suggest, there's no reason that we're not going to have a little bit lower peak, but still a peak nonetheless. And in the case of Omicron, the peak was much higher. So we are not done with this yet. This is COVID wastewater data here, and the different colors are the geographic regions, and you can see all of them have leveled off. And the south, driven by Florida and that pocket in the Arklatex area in Texas, is also much higher than the rest of the regions. So we're not anywhere near the lull that happened last summer, which is like right there. So we're way above that. So this isn't over by any means. And neither is respiratory season, okay? Because this is the respiratory season activity that's going on in the U.S. right now. And you can tell Texas and the Arklatex area is leading the charge. But the entire South and Southeast and up through the Midwest and portions of New England, the Plains states are all getting in on the act. So we're nowhere near done with this. We're just not as bad as we were at the worst last month. I anticipate probably if we're going to get a second peak, it's going to start ticking up within a week or two, and it'll probably hit its peak at the end of March, beginning of April. That's my official forecast, and then it'll go hopefully down for the summer months and give us a respite from all this. Okay? I love you. Stay safe.